Just one bump. That's where you're at. Just one bump. Timothy Jensen, Jensen Transport in Independence, Iowa. Hey, big shout out to everybody out there that's having a pretty good week or a good month for September, despite what's going on everywhere else. So I'd like to thank all of you for sticking with it. Keep going. Keep pursuing your dreams. Hey, one bump. I see so many people everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go. You all know one. They're one bump away from where they were at. Struggling a little bit financially, emotionally, goal-wise, wherever. They make a little bit of progress and they relax. And then they fall right back to where they were. And they just don't understand why they got to work so hard. Why is it so difficult for them? Because you're one bump away. You're one bump. You need not one bump away, but you need, once you get past that little bump or hurdle, you need to keep going. You need to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bumps away. What does that mean for most people? Honestly, better mental health for one thing, less worry, less concern. If you can absorb that one bump, maybe you don't have it made, but you definitely have a better outlook on life. Because every time you're just one bump away and you fall back, think of it this way. You know, that's where they say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's just like that. You have to be doing 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's the only way you stay ahead of, let's call it emotional tragedy, financial tragedy, or whatever you want to call it. You have to stay at least one bump ahead. That's not enough. Honestly, today, look at the environment that we function in as a business or even in our personal finances. One bump's not enough. You have to be 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to be able to absorb that. Because the second anyone has an emotional response to the economy, money, or anything like that, they'll tighten up. We all do it. You're like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. I didn't know. I was going to buy a couple, but now I don't even know if I'm going to buy one. But I need it. Everybody gets so freaked out over that. That's because you can't absorb the bump. You've got to be above that. If it's just one bump away, you're not doing enough. Absorb that one bump. Big tip, huge tip that made a huge difference in my life. Don't just have a checking and savings. Have a checking, a savings, and another account where your money's going to grow, where you just don't do anything with it. Make that your bump account. Make that some place to do that. How do you do that? If you're just move it over, set your bank up to just do a small transfer of whatever it is, $5, $10, X%, whatever you can afford and do to move that in there. You know, and then that way when you look at it, like, well, I don't really want to spend the money out here in checking and do that stuff, but I do have a little bit of money saved over here. I will be fine. And you know, you just basically, it's kind of almost your mental health account. You just put it in there, you're like, oh, all right, I know I don't have much in the checking or savings because I had XYZ happen, but I still got some money over there. Because what happens when you draw that, pull that out, blow it on something stupid? You can no longer absorb the bumps. You know, just that emotional, mental aspect of, all right, I get it. I fell back a little bit, but I can make it. That's a big deal. It really is. I mean, because that changes your mindset, changes your work ethic, changes your home life, changes your emotional responses with other people, changes how you look at life, all that stuff. So, you know, one bump. Hey, Timothy Jensen, Jensen Transport.